So it is July 30th, 2023. Welcome to my channel news. This is Ryan for Let's Roleplay. So first thing I want to say is I apologize for, I think it was a month to 2 months ago that somebody left a $5 donation. Where was it on? Was it Patreon? Or is it PayPal? Might have been PayPal. I'm sorry, I briefly saw it on my email. I don't even know what happened to it. I went to look for it again. I couldn't find it anymore. Otherwise, I would have put your name up there for the patrons at the end of the video. So I'm very sorry that happened. I didn't even remember the name. I just saw somebody put $5 and I don't know what happened to the email, honestly. So, it's been a pretty good year for games. I have 2 new games coming I wouldn't say for my channel, just one new game. So Baldur's Gate 3, the votes are in. It was like, last I looked, was 83% to have Baldur's Gate 3 go instead of Neverwinter Nights. Whatever the expansion was it the Underdark one, and then there was another one after that, or do I have that reversed? And so anyways, Baldur's Gate 3 won. I wanted to play that anyways. I mean, I bought that about 2 years ago almost, I think it was in 2021. And it was a lot cheaper than it is now. I'm not sure what I spent exactly. It might have been about $50 Canadian. Now it's like 80. So they went up. This being released, today's the 30th. So it's gonna be released next month at some point. I looked it up and I thought it said like the 3rd of August, then I looked it up again and I saw the end of August. I'm not sure what's going on with that. Cats. My cat's down there. He's 13 months old, so he's still very playful. He's I'm not sure what he's doing. Fooling around on the floor with something, making some noise. Yeah, so that, and I'm looking forward to it. I've never played a Larian game before. I saw somebody play, I think it was Metal Canyon, play like 10 videos of Divinity Original Sin 1, like 8 years ago, or whatever it was. And that was about it. And it was co-op that he was doing with somebody else. I'm not sure if they're all co-op or you can play them single player or both. Anyways, I did buy Original Sin 1 and 2, Divinity Original Sin, and it's just been sitting. I haven't even installed it. I bought it a while ago. It was on a good sale. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to Baldur's Gate 3. I cannot believe they have 170 hours just of cinematics. Obviously, you won't go through all that because it would go with your character class or choices or in the game. So you're not going to go through 170 hours in one playthrough, but still, that is an amazing amount. That's like the average game of, say, Skyrim. If you played it through to the end, through the main story, and did not all of the side quests, but a bunch of them, it's probably about 100 plus hours. So the fact that there's that much just for Baldur's Gate 3 for cinematics, like cutscenes, is what I mean to say. It sounds like an enormous game, and in the last couple weeks I've seen people praise it, like game reviewers, independent game reviewers too, not the larger ones. They like Mr. Matty Plays, who I just saw his video on it the other day. It's a huge game, and people are saying this is a rare game that they put so much effort into it, so much time. I'm not sure how long it would take to go through a playthrough. It could be several hundred hours. And, well, like 2 to 3 times the amount of the first 2 games all put together with their expansions and DLC. Well, Siege of Dragonspur, that was the only DLC. But, yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. I have no idea what it's going to be about other than the cutscene that they showed with, like, the doppelgangers or whatever they are, and the dragons coming to attack their craft. I don't know. I don't think it would have anything to do with Baldur's Gate 1 or 2. I on purpose stayed away from finding out anything about the game, especially the story, because I want it to be new for me. So, because at the end of Baldur's Gate 2, you turn into a god, or you choose not to be a god, and then you just have your ending story. I'm not sure if it will have anything to do with the first 2 games, other than maybe being in Baldur's Gate City. So, that will be interesting to go through. I'm looking forward to that. I don't even know what rules set are they using. Is it 5? Or is it... Well, the original was in 2, so I would assume that it's in 5. I can't see the company that owns it. I'm not sure if it's Wizards of the Coast. not allowing a new game to come out that doesn't use their latest rule set. So I did buy the handbook for about 5 years ago, or no, it was probably about 8 years ago, maybe even 10. No, it's probably 8 years ago. I remember walking to the comic store with my friend, and I just picked it up for $50. So we were going to get into it, but it never turned out. Nothing happened. We tried to get a bunch of people together, and they just disappointment of disappointing people didn't have time for it. That's what happens when you get older and you have families, I guess. So not the young people we used to be, where we can just do whatever we want on the weekends. We have families now. So anyways, I'm going a bit off topic, but yeah, and the other game that for me is the game of the year that I'm looking most forward to is Starfield. I even ordered shirts for Starfield and Baldur's Gate 3 so to match. I've got it'll be like my 9th shirt for video games. So I just wear them for you guys on my the channel news every month. So yeah, I'm looking forward to Starfield. I really am. And I guess I got really hyped up. I put a video on my channel a few weeks ago about maybe even a month ago about what Bethesda put out. It was a 45-minute long video that they put out going through it, and I'm pretty sure that raised everyone's expectation. Well, exceeded people's expectations for the games, because it did for me. It the first trailer they put out last year, or it was a 15-minute video of playthrough. It was okay. They showed some things like the space battles that I was really interested in, and I was excited. But this 45-minute one that they just came out with, like, that's amazing. Everything that's going to be in the game, I'm really looking forward to that. So we have that. It's been a good year for gaming, as I said, with my Xbox Series X, which I can't really show anything on my channel. I guess you can. You can record things off your Xbox and your TV. So, I mean, earlier in the year, I got Dead Space Remake. I had to wait a few months till I got my Xbox Series X, because I didn't realize that it was Xbox Series X only. I thought it was for the previous Xbox, the Xbox One X. A lot of X's in there. And then Resident Evil Remake. That is probably the main reason I really wanted the Xbox Series X, is I just love the Resident Evil Remake games that have come out since 2019 have been absolutely awesome, in my opinion. The Resident Evil 3 was alright. They could have doubled it in length, but... And then we had Jedi Survivor, which I probably finished the story about a month and a half ago. My son will watch me play through it. And, yeah, that took quite a while to play through that. So, yeah, so we have rules. The rules for my channel right now are 3 videos a week. 3. And the reason is so I can go on and do other projects on my channel. I am working I can't believe it's over 30 pages long. It's going to be even longer than the first Elder Scrolls comparison. But I am working on the Elder Scrolls comparison too. And, I mean, I can see myself now. I'm using OBS now to record this. This is the first time I've done this for a channel news for my channel. Yeah, so I can see myself here instead of having to see myself on the screen, or having to. It's just easier. I have my side monitor to look at it, and that's how I've been doing everything for like the past year. Everything's switched over to OBS year and a half, and it's just made everything easier for me. So, you ever play through a game, and it's, all of us who are pretty much, all you guys that are watching this would pretty much play through an RPG, and you just kind of, just totally immersed in that world, and it's just something you just don't want to pull away from until you have to go to sleep, or you have to go to work, or some other thing in life. But as you're gone, you're always thinking about, I want to get back there, I want to go try this, I want to go to that. That's a kind of immersion that's why RPGs, everybody loves them. Be it an open world one or less so, non-open world RPG, whatever it is, you're immersed in that world, and you just want to go and try this out, or do this, or fight this battle there, or whatever it is, beat that boss. We all want to stay there, when it's really good. And Bethesda games have typically done that for me. I mean, I except for Oblivion. Well, I shouldn't say that. Oblivion had its moments. I really tried to get into Oblivion back in the day. I just kept on crashing on my computer. As soon as I added, I added any mods to it, it just turned it into a 20-minute crash fest every 20 minutes. So I had to give it up several times until I made that Let's Roleplay on my channel. It's the only time I've ever finished the game. But it's different. I assume none or very few of you have been making your own Let's Play or Let's Roleplay videos and posting it up online. It is a very different experience. When you're playing, you're pulled away. I'm not nervous anymore like I used to be. Even when I first started in 2013, I was pretty nervous for the first year and a half making videos. I wasn't making tons of them, but I was making them. And then I think around, the Dragon Age games is when I really put everything into so that was maybe a year after I started. And eventually I got over the nervousness. But when I stopped in 2016 and restarted in 2020, I felt quite nervous for probably a good 100 videos again. But I'm not nervous anymore. I'm fine, perfectly fine, talking behind a camera. It's fine. The thing is, when you're playing a game, especially a first-time play, second-time play wouldn't be that big of a deal. When you're going through it for the first time, you want to be immersed in there. But when I'm recording it, it's a different feeling because I've got to maintain a character. I've got to always think, and it's not the same kind of feeling of just being immersed into that world. And we all want to be there. We all want to be immersed into that world. It's just something we love RPGs for. So posting Starfield live videos wouldn't be the same feeling for me if I played it for the first time, and that's what I want. I want that feeling that when I first played Skyrim, that I was totally hooked and addicted to it. I want that for Starfield. And I think I should be able to change my mind with things that I want to do. Earlier in this year, I said I wanted to, play through it on live videos. Ideally, I started the live videos to bring in extra traffic for my channel. I think I hit on what will bring the most traffic into my channel, and that's my game analysis videos, which I am working on very hard. Don't think I'm putting it off. But so the playing Starfield, I want to play it by myself and not have a live video capturing everything. And I went through that with what is that? The zombie game that I have on my live videos. What is it called? Well, I guess you guys won't see what's on my screen, so I can just go look. See, it's not so bright anymore without my Word program being up. Survival. I have it under survival. Why am I not seeing it? Where did it go? Maybe I have it under action. Days Gone. There it is. Very top of my list. Days Gone. Yeah, I didn't finish it up. I know I do want to finish it up, of course. I can't imagine that there could be that much left for me to do, but probably about 3 or 4 more 3 to 4 hour videos, and then that will be it. But yeah, I want to play it on my own. I hope you guys won't be disappointed with that. Go buy the game, and you guys play it on your own instead of watching me play it. I know some of you don't have the system specs or even the desire. Some of you said that you just don't feel like playing RPGs anymore, but you like to watch, or have the time, but you like to watch people like me play through it. So, yeah. So I would like to play it on my own, and at one point, I'll make a Let's Roleplay for it in the future. It might be a couple years. Okay, so let's get past this now. It is time for the polls. I have not done a poll since March 27th, and it is July 30th. Sorry. Oh. So we have over 3 months of polls. Normally it's 2 months, but this is going to be, I guess, 50% longer this time. No, it's been 4 months. What am I thinking? 4 months. Ooh, double the time. I'll try to go through it fast. Let's just go through the results and not go through anybody's comments, and we'll get through it just as fast as normal. Alright, the last one was, what do you think of having 2 to 3 companions whom I like to bring along with me in Fallout 4 and my Elder Scrolls Let's Roleplay? What do you think of having it? Most people said, 91% said they like it. But I've already answered that one, or gone over that one. So, the newest one would be, how do you watch videos on my channel? 133 votes. 17% said I stick around and watch everyone that I can. Oh, wow. I haven't actually been through a lot of these polls, because this is right when I took my break. So, I haven't really seen the results of many of them. The next one is, I'm gone for a few weeks, but then catch up, 56%. And that's actually what I expected most people to choose out of here. And then 27% chose, I come and stay for a while, then go for a few months. Yes, I do like my own things, hopefully to bring in more traffic into my channel. Because the more engagement, the better. Yeah, I took my vacation right after this. And next one is, in Fallout 4, how often do you wear power armor? 183 votes. I like this one. All the time, even to bed, unlike the Mandalorian. 11%. Then most of the time, especially when it's dangerous, 9%. Around half the time, 12%. Very little. I prefer the game without it. 52%. I don't know what is wrong with you guys. Never, except for that part in Concord. I hate power armor. 15%. I'm not sure why you guys chose that. Power armor is obviously the best armor. Maybe you don't really like it because you have to upgrade it and then keep repairing it because of its durability. It gets destroyed. But I really like it. Maybe you don't like how it moves. Some people, I think somebody on my channel a year or two back said they don't like the head shake or the way it moves when you're walking. But I always wear it in my Fallout games eventually, you know, end game part, because you don't usually get it so early like it is here in Fallout 4. But I'm not sure why so many would choose. Like, if I had to make the choice, it'd be most of the time, especially when it's dangerous. I'm not sure why you guys really, I've had people say, why do you wear power armor so much? I'm like, what? Isn't that normal? But, okay. To each their own, of course. I'm not gonna... I just think it's weird because it's a feature that's really prominent in the game. Fairly early in the game, too, so... I wouldn't like to wear it all the time. There actually is stealth modifications you can put on it, but I've never done that. I do like my jetpack. And actually, this is the only time I've ever had the jetpack was in this Let's Roleplay. I've never had that before in one of my games. Okay, so the next one is... Who's your favorite character that my character has romanced in my Let's Roleplays? These are only for a character that has actual romance components, not like how simple the romance with Shoti was in Pillars of Eternity 2. I'm also not including previous Let's Plays like Dragon Age Origins or Dragon Age 2 because those were not fully in character. Alright, Cassandra from Dragon Age Inquisition. There's 111 votes. 22% chose her. Ajantis. Oh, I guess it's for everybody. Male and or female. Ajantis, Baldur's Gate, and Baldur's Gate 2. 3%. Well, at least somebody voted for poor Ajantis. Curie, Fallout 4. 48%. Wow. Almost half of you guys really like Curie as my romance partner. So, Shani from Morrowind, 15%. And Vilya from Oblivion, 13%. I like Vilya. I just got really tired of her voice. I think I was hearing more of her voice than my own wife for that time period. It was just ridiculous, the amount. She just talks so much. Maybe that's an exaggeration, but it just felt like it. And the thought of going back with Vilya in Skyrim really didn't know. Plus, I spent so much time trying to romance Vilya in Oblivion, and it never finished, never got to the end. Even though I was completely finished the game, I was ready to quit, and I have no idea how much longer I had to keep playing for whatever it was to kick in for Vilya. Last thing I got was that necklace of unbelievable patience. Come on, the mod author should have done something a little easier than that. Like half the time, to romance it to the end. It's okay to play, even though, you know, through your character's entire romance, and still have like 20, 30, 40 hours left of gameplay. I just really wish it was better optimized, I guess. Alright, so the next one is, how much will it hurt visually and with little voice acting to go from Fallout 4 to Fallout? This is the plan after Fallout 4, though that is still a long way off. The 1997 game Fallout would break the record for the oldest game on my channel, which is technically held by Baldur's Gate, which came out in 1998. 138 votes. Oh, good. Won't hurt at all. I love Fallout. 60%. And actually, to tell you the truth, that would be a pretty fast playthrough, because Fallout 1 is... Even Fallout 2, compared to, say, Fallout 3, New Vegas, and Fallout 4, they're pretty quick games. So it wouldn't be like a video 200 for Fallout 1 or 2. Especially when I'm making 45 minutes to an hour plus, hour and a half. So, next one is, it will be a little jarring at first, but I'll get used to it. 33%. Altogether, 93%. So you guys are cool with it. Then, I'm not looking forward to that, 3%. And then, no, it won't be for me, thank you, 4%. To each their own. In a post-apocalyptic world, what would you miss the most? Oh, yeah, I like this. I really put a lot of thought into this one. 171 votes. The comforts, clean bed, clothes, shower, electricity, fans, air conditioning, 30%. That's the most voted for one. Then phone, TV, console, computer, internet, don't care about the comforts, 26%. We just have to get our screen time fixed, no matter what it is. Loved ones, friends, 26%. I actually, when it comes down to it, this would be what I would choose. Because I know, like, these are really good and all. Like, everybody wants these two choices. This is part of our modern life. But, you're gonna miss your loved ones and friends, especially if you're alone or with a group of survivors and you don't really care for them. And then the next one is being safe from dangerous people, creatures, radiation. This is another part of our modern world. But I guess it depends where you live. So living a longer, healthier life with good, clean food, 5%. Yeah, the food, I put a few videos about, well, an intro, and I talked about it quite a few times in Fallout 4. But the food, yeah, I don't know. How clean is it? How much radiation are you picking up from it? So, okay, next one. What has been the greatest threat to Tamriel so far? 156 votes. See, these ones I don't even think I saw at all. I tend to post these questions months ahead for the polls. So, Molag Bal, his plain meld attempt, 4%. Dagoth to control all Dunmer and to kill everyone else, 10%. Maroon's Dagon, his Oblivion invasion, 44%. Now, I can't really help but think that this is more like a vote of familiarity, because I just did Oblivion, but I could be wrong. Alduin wants to destroy Nirn so he can restart, 13%. Aldmeri Dominion wants to control all of Tamriel, and another one, yeah, 30%. Skyrim. Yeah, it's funny, I don't really know, I just guess it is... like what I'm saying, it's whatever you want to perceive. If you lived in the end of the Third Era to live through the Oblivion invasion, you're obviously going to think that that was the scariest thing, or the greatest threat. If you fought in the Great War against the Aldmeri Dominion, you're obviously going to think that they're the greatest threat. So, honestly, I think Alduin would have been, if he, but somebody told me I was wrong, he didn't want to destroy the world, he just wanted to conquer it. That may have been... Who said that? And it's not here. Oh, here it is. Comrade Tomcat 9735. Well, Alduin never indicated that he wanted to destroy the world. In fact, his rebellion against this destiny and instead ruling Mundus was what caused the entire Dragonborn phenomenon. He's come back to simply continue where he left off, conquering Mundus, which isn't that scary compared to the other cases. Well, I was thinking that he wanted to destroy the world, and I guess everything would restart, and who knows how it would be. Like putting everything in a blender and pouring it out again, everything will be different. But I have no idea. I haven't finished the end of Skyrim. I don't know the whole story yet, just from what I've basically seen. No, you do meet Alduin again, I think after yeah, it's shortly into the main quest, you meet Alduin again. I don't even know if he talks to you. He might say something. But that's as far as I had with Alduin, so I don't know exactly what he wants or what he's doing. If he just wants to conquer Mundus, then that's a little bit different. It's not scary. If he wants to destroy the world so it can be restarted, that's a little scarier, if you ask me. So if he wants to destroy the world and restart, that would be the one that I would choose. If not, then I would say... Actually, I really think... Well, Molag Bal would be really bad. He wanted to merge his Oblivion plane with Cold Harbor, with Nirn. That would be really bad too, but I actually think the scariest of all of it would be Dagoth. He is a different way of conquering. It's like complete mind control. Or no, it's not even that. I think it's everyone becomes him. Yeah, he becomes everybody. And who he doesn't like, he would kill. That would be... horrible, horrible world in the end. I don't know. It'd be like going from a multiplayer to a single player, and you control everything. You're God. And I think that's what he wanted to do. And then, yeah, and then I think maybe Molag Bal. Molag Bal is really evil. vampires and undead. Oh, I gotta get back to where I was now. Go through all of my things that I posted. Yeah, I know about the Mother's Day thing. I posted it. It was on my calendar. It was Mexican Mother's Day. I thought Mother's Day was always the same day everywhere in the world, but I guess not. But yeah, so I had to actually delete that and then post it up for the real Mother's Day. It's just a little funny. Well, where were we? Okay, so will anyone else find it really odd when Toril Jensen meets Sheogorath? Malcolm Montrose, my Oblivion Let's Roleplay character, is Sheogorath now. Not that Toril would have any clue about that, or that Sheogorath would know that I was the one who played both characters. Basically, my current and my last Elder Scrolls characters will meet each other. And yeah, when I go to Solitude and do that quest. 70 votes. Actually, it would make it seem all the more meaningful. I can't even think of one reason unless somebody can give me one. I mean, Sheogorath, does he break the... I think he breaks the fourth wall within the game rules of the Elder Scrolls, but he was talking about different schools of magic. Last time I looked, there were 6, and now there's 4 or whatever it is. But, yeah, I don't think he breaks the fourth wall into the real world. I could be wrong, though. If that was the case, then he would recognize that I, Ryan, am the one that played Malcolm Montrose and am playing Toril Jensen, but I don't think he does that, and it would be pretty weird. And what am I gonna... I don't speak for Sheogorath either, I don't play him. So, I mean, I guess I can get like a voice synth and put it in there. I know, Ryan, you're the one that played me and voiced me. I've taken on a bit of a different accent lately, though. It's interesting, but not a big deal. 17% and 9%, I don't really think it will change anything for me. That's probably what I would vote for. You know what? No, I think I'd go with the middle one. It's interesting, but not a big deal. Amazon is currently working on a Fallout show for streaming. I don't place much faith in it until I hear reviews from people I trust, since so much has been of poor quality when it comes to video games to TV. There are rumors of an Elder Scrolls show in the works, or in the planning stages as well. But what if they made Elder Scrolls movies after the games, starting with Arena, but with super high budget writing, actors, and sticking to the lore? Say, give it an epic 3 hours for each movie with, say, something of the equivalent of okay, this is like something to dream of. Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings or James Cameron's Avatar. Of course, there are a lot of little gaps it would need filling in for each movie because a direct translation from video games wouldn't work, but as long as it doesn't divert from the general story or change the lore, I would be fine with it. And yeah, that's exactly how it is for me. That's how I think of it. So 90 votes, people put for 60%, if it is well done, then I'd be looking forward to seeing them. Maybe, but I'd be hesitant until reviews are gushing over them, 32%. Yeah, me too. Yeah, because you can't really tell how well done it is until it's out. Not really what I'm interested in, thanks, 3%. Nope, not even if they are great. I don't want to see them, 4%. I guess it would ruin your vision of the games. So next one, where do you think my Let's Roleplay videos... sorry, I'm just... sound check, making sure that I didn't just do the last 15 minutes or 20 minutes without the microphone picking up on it. I switched to a different scene, so I didn't test it to see if it is. It is, though, thankfully. So, where do you think my Let's Roleplay videos would be if I didn't include my character journals? No, I don't plan to make any changes, I'm just curious. I have had the rare person question why I need to talk about my character at the start of the Let's Roleplays. This is where I describe their background. But this isn't just about the first video for a Let's Roleplay series, it's about all my videos in which I have a character journal. 95 votes. It probably wouldn't be as good as they are, 83%. Wow, that's really high. I agree, it wouldn't be. For me, it wouldn't make a difference, 14%. Without all that talk, yeah, it would improve, 3%. Sometimes I think people vote for things just to go against the grain. Okay, how much do you believe that having a good, clear speaking voice for videos like mine helps? 120 votes. A confident, clear, well-spoken voice means a lot to me, 72%. If the content was still good, I might watch, 11%. Doesn't make a difference to me, it's the substance of the videos, 18%. Okay. And And how excited were you for the Xbox 2023, the Showcase 2023? 97 votes. Very excited. There are some games that I'm really interested in, 20%. So, I'd like to hear about some games news they have. I'd like to hear about some game news they have. 40%. I don't even know what I was meaning with that. What the heck was I thinking? It got the top vote. Maybe they just like, it was okay, I just wanted to hear some news about it. And I wasn't interested at all, 30%. I wouldn't have been if it wasn't for Starfield, actually. Happy Father's Day! And what is your current level of interest of my video series I'm working on my channel right now? 100 votes. Game analysis, the Elder Scrolls comparison. This is about the time I came back to make videos on my channel. 21%. Skyrim, 41%. Fallout 4, it's supposed to be 2 L's. 24%. Neverwinter Nights, 14%. Yeah, what I was actually forgot to say that Neverwinter Nights, that story will be completed when the Wailing Death campaign is done. There's 3 campaigns that came with the original game. I think 2 were expansions after the Wailing Death original campaign. So the 2 expansions, they are linked together, but they're not linked with the Wailing Death. So I would have to start a new character. So it's not like I'm just stopping and there's all this other story that I'm missing out for my character. It's done. Ivaldis Tal will be done, and you can start with the same character, but he'd be starting back at level 1 and in a different situation for the expansions. It wouldn't make any logical sense, really. So it'll be done when, and that's why I feel comfortable ending it there. But in the future, I can come back and get the other 2 expansions as well. It might be quite a few years from now, but we'll see. The only real RPG question, guns or melee weapons? 152 votes. I'd prefer guns, 34%. 66% I'd prefer melee weapons, same with me. If they had guns, I'd want guns, but, you know, in a medieval fantasy type world, I'd obviously prefer melee weapons. But if you had really powerful guns, obviously you'd have a big advantage. So maybe if you're getting in the middle of a nasty fight, you wish you had guns, so. Alright, happy Canada Day. It's July 1st. Oh yeah, I was going to put out another video about, it was AI, and there's a mod, AI in Skyrim, where there's a character that was completely AI driven, and it was interesting. Very interesting. Different, too. Happy 4th of July for Independence Day. Does the character story interest you most about my Let's Roleplay videos, or is it something else? Yeah. 98 votes. Definitely the character story, 64%. I like your voice and style of your videos even more, 26%. I just like it for being well-done gaming videos, 10%. Okay. So, with a choice of partner, they say with experience and age, looks become less important, and personality becomes more important. Does that ever affect your choice in video game romances? 66 votes. Looks all the way, even if they're crazy. You have yet to learn some life lessons. I try for the best of both, but prefer personality over looks. Yeah, this would be my choice. And then someone wrote, I don't care about appearance, I just compatibility. What is wrong with me? Some of these things that have not been written out that too well. I just want compatibility. I meant to write. Yeah, this is when I started painting. Fun times that was. My spine injury. So, don't vote by game. Vote by which you actually like best from experience and knowledge. Which province featured in the Elder Scrolls games is the one you'd most want to live in if you were suddenly transported to Tamriel? 144 votes. High Rock, 15%. Morrowind, 15%. Cyrodiil, 47%. And Skyrim, 24%. I would vote for Skyrim. Falkreath is quite similar to where I live, like with the mountains around it and the trees and the lakes and the rivers. That really kind of reminds me of where I live here. And the province of British Columbia, where I live in, is a very beautiful place. I just look out and I see mountains with, I don't know, I guess the snow's all melted now, but a month ago that wouldn't have been the case. But yeah, it's mountains around here. There's, I go biking, I go along the canal, this big canal. And it's just To the north of Vancouver, northeast, I should say, northeast, is like hundreds of kilometers where there is 0 people living, no settlements, I'm playing too many video games. There's no towns, there's no cities, there's nothing there. Hundreds of kilometers of mountainous wilderness. It's pretty awesome, actually. And I ride my bike along the very edge of that, so yeah. So Falkreath for me, I just think it's a very beautiful place. There's a lot of places I like. And I do understand the appeal of Cyrodiil, the rolling mountains the rolling hills. Mountains to the north and the east, it gets kind of dryish to the west. And, yeah, there's a lot of forests in Cyrodiil too. Some parts of Cyrodiil are really nice. Obviously, if Skyrim was eliminated from the choice, I would go with Cyrodiil. I don't really like Morrowind. The Ashlands I wouldn't want to live anywhere around something like that. Ash always spewing, and then thick ash, like snow constantly, never going away. And it looks like you're on the moon. I still remember going through there, I'm like, ugh. There's trees some weird trees growing out of the ground, but it looks like I'm on the moon. I wouldn't want to live in a place like that. And High Rock I don't really have much experience with. I've played a bit of Daggerfall lately. That's going to be in the Elder Scrolls comparison too, but I don't really know it. I've looked at the map, I've seen some pictures from ESO, Elder Scrolls Online. I'm guessing if you've played through Elder Scrolls Online, and you've gone to High Rock there, you'd have much better grasp on what High Rock would look like. I take it's really mountainous. And I think that there's a lot of forests there as well. Not too many plains, but really mountainous. Yeah, so, I mean, parts of it I like the architecture. And it looks nice, some of the pictures I've seen of the game, but I don't know. I don't have any real experience with High Rock. And it's not just the Ashlands and Morrowind. I know there's different places. To the east is the grasslands, to the west is the, it was the swamps to the west, I forget. Ascadian Isles is to the south by Vivek City. And that is the nicest area, greenish, and I guess there's lots of hills and stuff like that all around. It would probably be the nicest area. And the islands to the north and the islands to the southeast. Nah. On the whole, Morrowind isn't real. I mean, sorry, I should say Vardenfell isn't really that great of a place for me, for my tastes. Solstheim might be okay, but a little cold though. And it wasn't that was part of Skyrim back then. It was transferred over to Morrowind between the 3rd and 4th era, or sorry, early in the 4th era somewhere. It's in check out my 4th era history thing, which I've watched many times. In fact, that's actually, now that I bring that up, that video, that's the very start of my Skyrim Let's Roleplay video for the 4th era history where I go through it. That's actually probably my proudest video I've ever done. I just really like watching it. It's like watching a video game for me. Okay, so we're going through here, talking about my specs. Yeah, people really got in my case. I don't know, this is not part of the polls. And they still do, about the low frame rates in Oblivion. I've even had a couple people talk like that about Morrowind. Alright, so, an important poll that could set what I do on my channel, seeing that Baldur's Gate 3 will finally be released, and out of early release in a couple of weeks. When Neverwinter Nights, the Wailing Death campaign ends, should I switch over to the new Baldur's Gate 3 Let's Roleplay? To a new one. 101 votes. Continue with other Neverwinter Nights campaigns. I should have put a W between the two ends. 17%. Baldur's Gate 3. Start a new Baldur's Gate 3 Let's Roleplay. 83%. I do think I should go that route. And I am very curious to know what this game is like too. I've heard nothing but good stuff about it. I don't think I'm going to get into the bear. There's a part where a guy has sex with a bear. I don't think I would do that. It's a male character too, and I don't play non-straight characters, so it would be completely out of my... Yeah. That is so weird. I saw the video for it, and it's not my thing. Even if it was a woman, female bear, no. Just ugh. Anyways, I think that's it. I just want to highlight this again. I wrote, guys, it's coming. I know a lot of people subbed on earlier this year because of my game analysis videos. More will come. I just need time to get it out. My videos are spaced like they are per week due to working on this and other things like it. The Elder Scrolls Comparison Part 2 should be out this weekend or early next week. It's actually looking like later this week. It is so time consuming. Yeah, it is time consuming. I wrote that there. I can show you guys all the work I've done. I'm over 30 pages into this. Part 5. Yeah. This is all of it. I have to go through all of this and show pictures and videos. Still going, still going, still going. This is what I've been putting together in the last week. Still going, still going. It starts here. So what page is this? 59. So starting there. So it is 34 pages long. That is longer than the Elder Scrolls Comparison, the first one. So yeah, this is just the writing and getting everything together. I also, as I go through this, I get all the pictures and the clips ready, and then I make note of where to play it for whatever I'm going through. It's so time consuming. All the things I had to look up. We're going over pretty much all the game mechanics of Daggerfall and comparing them to Morrowind, Oblivion, and Skyrim. So this is time consuming. It might even take longer than a week. It may be 2 weeks from now, but as you can see, I have been working on it. So I'm going to get to it soon. Don't worry. Alright, thanks for watching. And if you would like to help out and support Let's Roleplay, you can donate at my Patreon account or become a member of my channel, which also comes with perks. Just click on the join video to watch what I put together and what you as a member would get. Speaking of patrons, Patreon actually gives me 80% of the money given, whereas YouTube only gives 70%. However, you do get the perks with YouTube. Everyone who donates to me on Patreon are also getting their names posted as supporters at the end of my videos. Same thing with PayPal, which gives over 90%. The links for these are in my banner on the bottom right side. Again, I'm very sorry for not posting your name up as a patron. Very, very sorry. I feel bad for that. I missed that one. Whoever you are out there that's donated $5. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys again.